Hey guys, Brian Wright here, Workhorse Consulting and Training. And this video is all about summarizing the 3 keys to fat loss. So there's multiple factors that go into fat loss. The biggest is the individual response variation. So that being said though, after 19 years of personal training, there are 3 universal truths, and that's what I wanted to outline today. So, number 1 is that you have to work on the skill of movement / skill of strength. And what I'm talking about is really finding the work, the tension, the struggle in all the movements that you're going to do during your exercise. And of course, that doesn't need to be 30 different movements. It can be 4 movements. So no matter the rep scheme of 5 or 10 or even 15, you've got to find those nuances, find those squeeze. So think about, when you're in a swing, it's here. It's really finding that squeeze and letting that float, and then you come back down and then you move fast. So it's finding those nuances. It's where to find work and struggle. That press set, how much can you drive in your whole body during that press set? And certainly carries, like I said, it's not just loading enough weight on frame to complete the task. You can't just go through the motions. So one of the ways to tell if you are working, really finding those squeezes, is you work till breathlessness. Okay? Now if we're using the right energy systems, we should absolutely get heart rates jacked and breathlessness through those sets. So even in a set of curls, for example, if you are working like crazy and squeezing really hard, glutes and abs and lats and everything's coming together, then you are going to be breathless. And of course, if you're not, let's find a way to make you that get there, which might not always be picking up more weight. It could literally just be developing the skill more. Number 2 is going to be create a calorie deficit. Now you have to do that within the right ratio. It can't be too much. What I mean by that is you can't starve yourself for 3 or 4 weeks and expect to just lose body fat. Your body doesn't work that way. What you do need to remember though is that it's not a reset every day. Right? It's done on a continuum. That's why it's a fat loss program over 6, 8, 10, 12 weeks. You have to do it in such a way that your week counts. Okay? Create the deficit over the week. Right? It doesn't matter whether you're going to follow a low carb, high fat, intermittent fasting, or 6 times a day approach. They all can work. The key is going to be record and track and analyze to make those adjustments to find out what's going to fit for your life and your individuality. The thing that I personally use is kind of a variation of intermittent fasting. I eat 1, maybe 2 meals a day and then have a snack or 2 in a certain time period. That means I have to eat my caloric needs in that time period. So, or rather across those 2 meals. So if you're going to try to say 1,500 calories is what your weight loss program, your fat loss program is going to entail, then eat 3 meals of 500 calories a pop, and then you're done. Okay? You have to make sure you are feeding your muscles the appropriate amount, given all of your training, but still have a deficit. That way your body will pull from fat stores. And number 3 of the universal truths for fat loss is pick up activity. All right? And this is going to be really difficult for many people. What I'm going to say is not to add an extra day of exercise. I am simply saying walk as much as you possibly can. Every day, twice a day. Go up and down the stairs in your house for 5 or 6 songs that you plug into your ears. I'm simply saying if you move a ton more, your body will end up having to pull, because it's low-level activity, from excess fat stores. So stay as active as you possibly can. So I hope that you can take these 3 keys and think about, are you applying them in your fat loss programs? So again, those 3 keys: skill of strength and movement, create a calorie deficit, and of course you have to find what those are, because it's heavily based in individual variability as well as your own lifestyle choices, and move as much as you can, activity level. And my favorite is to just recommend just start walking a lot more. Thanks, hope you enjoyed the video.